One day seek higher office, you can count on us. For sure. I would like now to introduce a very special person in this organization. For the first time in history, this organization is led not by one woman, but by two women. I would like to invite to the stage our chairwoman, Nina Vaca, who has a greeting for us and would like to say a few words to us. I'm being corrected. I'm asking to come Jeanette Prenger, our vice chairwoman, to join us and help me welcome you all to Miami.
Another round of applause to thank Mr. Jones, Director Henson, and Senator Rubio. That was great. What an honor it is to be joined this evening by such distinguished gentlemen that are committed to providing more opportunities for our business abroad. Thank you for your commitment to our mission and your willingness to spend a Sunday evening with the USHCC, a true privilege for our guests. On behalf of the USHCC Board of Directors, I would like to thank you all for joining us this evening for the opening event of our 32nd Annual National Convention. What an excellent turnout tonight. I'm looking forward to spending time with each of you over the next couple of days so that we can celebrate the Hispanic entrepreneurship in America. And now, I'd like to introduce my dear friend and chairwoman of USHCC, Mrs. Nina Vaca Hummerhouse, to end the program on a special note.
Thank you very much. Throughout this national convention, you are going to see a variety of award winners throughout the country. As a national organization, this is the perfect time to recognize our leadership, present and future. My mother and father always reminded me that no matter how successful we are, we never forget where we came from. Is that not right? Of all the awards we're going to give out in this national convention, this is a very special award because it is dedicated to the very first president of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and it's one of its founders, Hector Barreto Sr. And in order to recognize this is a very special award for two very special people. If you'll grant me 2 minutes, you'll find out why. I'd like to introduce Hector Barreto Jr. to help me give out the beloved Ganas Award. Hector?
Buenas noches. Good evening, all of you. Buenas noches, familia. This always feels to me like a family reunion, and I'm so happy to see so many old friends. I want to thank the Board of Directors of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for creating this Ganas Award, the Hector Barreto Sr. Ganas Award. Many of you knew my father. My father loved this organization. In fact, he always thought of USHCC like his second family. Sometimes in our family, we thought he meant it was his first family. but my father loved this organization. And my father was humble. He used to say that he was only a very small part in the creation and the development of this organization. And it continues today under new leadership. One of the things that I also learned from my father is none of us do anything by ourselves. It takes a lot of champions, it takes a lot of investors. And tonight, I'm very humbled and honored to recognize and acknowledge a couple of individuals that were there at the very beginning. One of those individuals is Jose Ruano of Miller Brewing Company. My father used to tell me that in the beginning of the chamber that it was very difficult to get supporters and investors. Miller Brewing Company was one of the first companies that stepped up to the plate and believed in our organization and our mission before many others did. My father also taught me that we should always recognize and acknowledge those people that were there with us when we had very little. And Jose Ruano is one of those individuals. I'd like to bring him up, and I'd like for all of you to give him a well-deserved recognition and applause for his involvement with our organization, U.S. Hispanic. Or introduction, I should say. He always deserves to be recognized. But another individual who was there from the very beginning, I met him the first time at the White House when he was an appointee of the Ronald Reagan administration. And I know that was a long time ago, but Rudy Becerra was already a leader and a visionary at that time. Coca-Cola has been with the Chamber for many, many years. Rudy has supported many of our organizations. And I will tell you that my dad said that even despite the challenges that sometimes we face, our organization, U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, is essential not only to our community, but to our country. So it is my honor to recognize Rudy Becerra of Coca-Cola. And I want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to play the role that you play in USHCC. Muchísimas gracias y buenas noches. A tribute to Rudy Becerra, Coca-Cola.